Tony Evers visited the Boys and Girls Club of Menasha.
His stop comes after signing the state's biennial budget earlier this month, providing all clubs across Wisconsin with an additional $5 million in funds. Emily Riley spoke with the governor today about the impact this money will have on child care in our state. She has this first alert update.
On Wednesday, Governor Tony Evers dropped by the Menasha Boys and Girls Club. He toured the building and met children who attend the program. The biennial budget is providing $131 million to the Temporary Assistance for Needy Families program, which means all boys and girls clubs across Wisconsin will receive an additional $5 million in funds.
The activities are keeping kids occupied. They're learning new skills, and it's summer and they're having fun.
Governor Evers proposed spending $340 million to make the COVID-era Child Care Counts program permanent, but the legislators' Joint Finance Committee removed that provision from the final budget. The governor says other child care providers might end up closing their doors once those funds run out.
If that happens, then mom or dad is not going to be able to go to work anymore. So it's going to have a direct impact on our economy. Child care is absolutely necessary in order for us to have full employment in the state.
While the clubs say they're sad to see that program lose funding, they're grateful for the additional $5 million to maintain a safe place for kids to stay outside of school hours. The CEO of the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Fox Valley says some of that additional funding will go toward academic preparation.
When they're able to continue to progress and do well in school, their future looks a lot brighter.
That plan includes programs such as Be Great Graduate, which helps students graduate high school on time, as well as other programs aiming to increase literacy. In Menasha, Emily Riley, Action 2.